Everything we've done over the past 6 years has been in pursuit of one overarching goal: creating opportunity for all. What we've long understood, though, is that some communities have consistently had the odds stacked against them. That's true of rural communities with chronic poverty. It's true of some manufacturing communities that suffered after the plants they depended on closed their doors. It's true of some suburbs and inner cities where jobs can be hard to find and harder to get to. And that sense of unfairness and powerlessness has helped to fuel the kind of unrest that we've seen in places like Baltimore and Ferguson and New York.
No, not really. Welcome to Gimme 5. There's the president making excuses for the rioters and the looters and the people who committed arson and throw things at police. Making excuses for that kind of behavior. At the same time, he's now saying that he's not going to allow some military-like equipment to go to police departments around the country. This is insane. It's absurd. It's dangerous. Here's more.
It has many causes, from a basic lack of opportunity to groups feeling unfairly targeted by police, which means there's no single solution. But there are many things that could make a difference and could help. And we have to do everything in our power to make this country's promise real for everyone willing to work for it.
I'll give you a solution for rioting and looting. Arrest them and throw them in jail for a long time, and teach your kids not to run from the police, not to disrespect the police. And by the way, well, there was a story about 2 off-duty cops who looted in Baltimore. How come I haven't seen that anywhere? Of course, we've talked about it on this show today. Here's more.
We know our efforts matter. Since 1967, we've brought poverty down by about 40%, thanks in part to programs like Social Security and the Earned Income Tax Credit for working families. And we know that there are folks from all faiths and across the ideological spectrum who care deeply about the least of these. So I hope this conversation continues, not as a question of whether, but of how we can work together to grow opportunity. Because it's not words, but deeds that make a difference.
You've been in office for almost 7 years. What have you done? What do you mean you're going to now you're thinking of it? Now you're thinking of the poor black people in all the inner cities? The first black president of the United States, like he just found out about this. 7 years. It's been decades of Democratic programs that have failed the black community, failed the inner cities. Why don't you talk about how many kids got killed since the Baltimore riots? Just black kids killed by other blacks. We got Social Security and the Earned Income Tax Credit. What are you talking about? Here's more.
And from expanding tax cuts for working parents, to raising high school graduation rates, to helping millions of Americans secure health insurance when they didn't have it just a few years ago, our actions are making a difference.
They are, huh? They're making a difference? To whom? And why don't they know it if a difference is being made? Next.
On Monday, I'll travel to Camden, New Jersey, a city that has faced one of the highest violent crime rates in America. I'll highlight some of the innovative things they've done to help police do their jobs more safely and reduce crime in the process. And I'll highlight steps all cities can take to maintain trust between the brave law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line and the communities they have sworn to serve and protect.
Really? He's in Camden today. Are you bringing your daughters? Would you let your daughters walk the streets of Camden? This big success story you're touting? Are you kidding me? Camden? You might as well go to Newark. It's safer. Unbelievable. More.
Whether we are Democrats, Republicans, or Independents, whether we live in one of our poorest communities, one of our wealthiest, or anywhere in between, we all want our country to be one where hard work pays off and responsibility is rewarded. We want a place where you can make it if you try. That's the promise we make to our young people. That's the promise that makes us exceptional, and it's the promise I'll never stop fighting to keep for my children and for yours.
They go to private school. Ha!